Houston Astros versus New York Yankees. It's the middle game of a three-game series between American League rivals on the diamond in the Bronx as the Houston Astros travel to face the New York Yankees Saturday afternoon. And Houston missed a chance to sweep Miami on the road as they fell 6-4 in the finale of their set Wednesday. New York salvaged the final game of their three-game set with the Rangers 3-2 Wednesday on the road. Houston missed a chance to sweep the Marlins on the road as they were downed in the finale of their three-game set in South Beach Wednesday. The Astros entered Friday 64-51 on the year and held a 1.5-game advantage on the Mariners for the top spot in AL West. On Wednesday, Houston banged out 12 hits with Carlos Correa RBI leading the way with 3. Christian Walker, his 16th, went deep in the loss for the Astros, who went 4 of 13 with runners in scoring position and left 9 runners on base in the contest. Spencer Arrighetti, 1-2, took the loss as he allowed 5 runs on 11 hits with 1 walk and 5 strikeouts over 3.2 innings of work. Framber Valdez is expected to get the ball for his 23rd start of the year for the Astros in this contest. He is 11-5 with a 2.83 ERA, a 1.121 WHIP, 45 walks, and 144 strikeouts over 140 innings of work on the year. Valdez took the loss in his last start, which came against the Red Sox on the road Sunday morning. He threw 6 innings, allowing 6 runs, 5 earned, on 7 hits with 1 walk and 3 strikeouts in a 6-1 Houston defeat. In his last 3 starts, Valdez is 1-1 with a 2.84 ERA, a 1.11 WHIP, 4 walks and 19 strikeouts over 17 innings of work. Valdez makes his 5th career start against the Yankees in this contest. He is 0-1 with a 6.50 ERA, a 1.944 WHIP, 18 walks and 20 strikeouts over 18 innings of work. Valdez is 0-1 with a 7.71 ERA, a 1.286 WHIP, 6 walks and 10 strikeouts over 9.1 innings of work at Yankee Stadium in 2 career starts. New York snapped a 5-game skid as they salvaged the finale of a 3-game set on the road against the Rangers Wednesday. The Yankees entered Friday night 61-54 and stand 3rd in the AL East, 6.5 games behind the Blue Jays for the top spot. They own a 1.5-game lead over the Guardians and Rangers for the final wild card in the American League playoff chase. Against Texas Wednesday, New York finished with 6 hits, with no player having more than 1 in the contest. Paul Goldschmidt, his 10th, broke a 2-2 tie in the 7th inning and sent the Yankees on to victory. Carlos Rodon threw 5 innings, allowing 2 runs on 6 hits with 4 walks and 3 strikeouts, and didn't factor in the decision. Mark Leiter Jr., 5-6, earned the win with a 1-2-3/6 inning, while David Bednar tossed 1.2 innings, allowing no runs on 1 hits with 2 walks and 5 strikeouts. For his 18th save of the year, Luis Gil is on the bump as he makes his 2nd start of the season for the Yankees. He is 0-1 with a 13.50 ERA, a 2.70 WHIP, 4 walks and 3 strikeouts on the year. Gil took the loss in his season debut, which came against the Marlins on the road Sunday. He threw 3.1 innings, allowing 5 runs on 5 hits with 4 walks and 3 strikeouts in a 7-3 Yankees loss. Gil beat the Astros in his lone career start against them, which came at home May 7th, 2024. He threw 6 innings, allowing 1 run on 1 hit with 4 walks and 5 strikeouts in a game the Yankees won 10-3. Gil is 7-5 with a 3.43 ERA, a 1.219 WHIP, 57 walks and 131 strikeouts over 105 innings of work in 21 career starts at Yankee Stadium. He had no record with a 5.65 ERA, a 1.256 WHIP, 7 walks, and 24 strikeouts over 14.1 innings in 4 rehab starts with AA Somerset of the Eastern League and AAA Scranton Wilkes-Barre of the International League showing flashes of his swing and miss potential despite some command issues. Valdez was rolling along before taking the loss in his last start, which came against the Red Sox on the road. He was undone by one rough inning, as all 6 runs were surrendered in the fourth, overshadowing what had otherwise been a solid stretch of outings. The plus side for Houston is that the Yankees have struggled offensively over the last month to 6 weeks, failing to consistently produce with runners in scoring position. While New York does have Aaron Judge back in the lineup, the fact remains that they've had ongoing issues generating sustained offense. Adding to that, Gill wasn't particularly sharp in his first start of the year in the majors, getting tagged by the Marlins and showing signs of rust. Given Valdez's track record and ability to bounce back after a tough outing, the advantage here goes to Houston, with their ace in position to steady the ship and give them a strong chance to win. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Houston Astros ML. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Athletics versus Baltimore Orioles. On Saturday, the Athletics will face the Baltimore Orioles at Camden Yards, and the A's won 2 of 3 games against the O's in early June. The series is split 5-5 over the last 10 meetings, and the total also went 5-5. The Athletics, 51-66 SU, 60-57 RL, and 58-53 OU, wrapped up a series with Washington on Thursday. The A's are 6-4 in their last 10 games. The under was 8-1-1. The Athletics will start righty Jack Perkins tomorrow against Baltimore. In his last outing, the 25-year-old gave up 4 runs on 5 hits and 3 walks in 3 innings versus Arizona. He is 0-2 with a 3.97 ERA and 1.15 WHIP in 9 appearances, 22.2 innings pitched, including 0-1 with a 0.79 ERA and 0.88 WHIP in 4 road outings, 11.1 IP. The Oakland A's showed signs of legitimate progress last season, finishing 8th in the majors in home runs, 196, and tied for 11th in walks drawn, 493, demonstrating improved plate discipline and power production. Defensively, they were among the league's most efficient, turning 128 double plays, good for 5th in MLB, and recording 12 shutouts, which ranked 9th overall. While those strides only translated into 69 wins in the standings, they marked an important step forward for a club that had been rebuilding from the ground up. That upward trajectory appears to be carrying over into this season as well. Sacramento's temporary squad has quietly been one of the better teams against the run line, showing resilience in tight games and finding ways to cash tickets for backers. Coupled with the franchise's upcoming relocation to Las Vegas and the fresh energy surrounding the organization, there's a growing sense of optimism among A's fans. The improvements on both sides of the ball, combined with steady run-line performance, make Oakland an intriguing team to watch for bettors looking to capitalize on undervalued spots. Baltimore, 52-63 SU, 55-60 RL, and 50-60 OU, lost 2 of 3 to Philadelphia in its previous series. The Orioles are 5-5 in their last 10 games. The under was 5-4-1. The O's will start right-hander Brandon Young tomorrow against the A's, looking for a spark from the young arm. In his last outing, the 26-year-old surrendered 2 runs, 0 earned, and 5 hits with 4 strikeouts over 4 2/3 frames against the Cubs, showing some resilience despite defensive miscues behind him. For the season, he is 0-5 with a 5.88 ERA and 1.67 WHIP in 9 starts, 41.1 innings pitched, struggling to find consistency and limit base runners. At home, the numbers have been even rougher, as he's 0-2 with a 6.85 ERA and 1.61 WHIP in 5 starts, 23.2 IP. The Orioles will hope Young can limit damage early, work deeper into the game, and give the bullpen some relief. Baltimore hope to advance much further this postseason after squandering a terrific regular season with a quick playoff exit, but the first half of the new campaign hasn't gone as planned, stumbling to a 43-52 record. The Orioles' pitching staff has clearly taken a step back with ace Corbin Burnes gone and Grayson Rodriguez sidelined on the IL, leading to a 4.87 team ERA that has left them vulnerable in close games. While the O's lineup remains talented and features several promising young hitters, the production hasn't matched expectations, averaging just 4.3 runs per game, 17th in MLB. Inconsistency at the plate, coupled with diminished pitching depth, has made it difficult for Baltimore to generate sustained momentum. The over is 24-16-2 when the Orioles are home favorites, and 27-19-4 when the A's are road underdogs, which already points toward a favorable trend for runs. The Athletics have been one of the hotter offensive teams in recent weeks, slashing an impressive 317 batting average /373 on-base percentage /541 slugging percentage /914 OPS in August. They're averaging 5.2 runs per game since the All-Star break, and that production hasn't come against weak pitching alone. They've been squaring up quality starters and punishing mistakes. Oakland's lineup has multiple power threats capable of going deep, and with Young struggling to keep the ball in the park, 8 home runs allowed in just 9 starts, the A's could easily launch 2 or 3 long balls in this matchup. On the other side, Perkins's limited pitch count means the Orioles' bullpen will likely have to cover a large portion of innings. The same goes for Oakland if Young gets knocked out early, which seems possible given his recent form. That sets the stage for a heavy dose of 2 of the league's least trustworthy relief corps. These units rank 25th and 28th in ERA, and their inability to keep the ball in the yard has been glaring, with 121 combined homers allowed this season. In a hitter-friendly environment, and with warm August weather potentially helping the ball carry, this game has the makings of a slugfest, making the over a strong consideration. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Athletics ML. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Miami Marlins versus Atlanta Braves. The Miami Marlins, 57-58, and the Atlanta Braves, 48-67, are in the middle of a rare 5-game series with a doubleheader coming up on Saturday. Night game between Miami's Sandy Alcantara, 6.44 ERA, and Atlanta's Eric Fede, 5.32 ERA. Miami currently holds a 4-3 lead in the season series. The Miami Marlins are outplaying expectations this season, as not many expected to find them third in the NL East. At this point of the season, the Marlins are 8.5 games behind the division-leading Phillies, but also have a comfortable 9.5 game lead over the Braves in fourth. The playoffs are not out of the question, as they are 6 games out of the final wild-card spot. In Friday's game against the Braves, the Marlins came away with a 5-1 lead to split the first 2 games in Atlanta. The Marlins got 3 hits and an RBI from Xavier Edwards at the top of the lineup. He is 10th in all of baseball in batting average at .303, which is why Miami has been batting him leadoff for the majority of the season. Edwards does not have much power, as the shortstop only has 1 home run on the season, but has contributed 30 RBIs. Their only all-star in the field was Kyle Stowers. The right fielder batted second in the order on Friday and leads the team with 25 home runs and 71 RBIs. Heriberto Hernandez hit his 7th home run of the season on Friday while taking the DH spot. Sandy Alcantara will make his 23rd start of the season and leads the team in innings pitched. The 29-year-old right-hander has a 6.44 ERA and a 6.10 record on the year. He has an 86-43 strikeout-to-walk ratio. In his last start, Alcantara gave up 6 runs in 7 innings in a loss to the Astros. The Atlanta Braves are hosting their rival in the NL East in a rare 5-game series, as they had to make up for earlier rainouts. The Braves have lost 4 of their last 5 games, as they got swept at home by the Brewers in their series before hosting Miami. Atlanta has plenty of talent, but finds itself 15 games out of the final wild-card spot in the National League. On Friday, The Braves only managed 2 hits all game in their loss to Miami, continuing an alarming trend of offensive struggles in recent weeks. One of those hits came from a solo home run from Jurickson Profar, providing the only run of the game for Atlanta. He missed many games with an injury this season after having a productive year with the Padres in 2024. This season, Profar has 6 home runs and 14 RBIs while batting .234 at the plate. Michael Harris II had the only other hit of the game for the Braves. The center fielder batted 5th and has 10 home runs and 51 RBIs on the season, while also batting exactly .234. Matt Olson is their top power hitter. The first baseman has 18 home runs and 68 RBIs while batting second as the first baseman, continuing to be the focal point of Atlanta's offensive game plan despite the team's overall struggles. Erick Fedde will make just his 3rd start with the Braves after being traded over from the Cardinals at the deadline. His record is just .312 with a 5.32 ERA. He has a 66-51 strikeout-to-walk ratio. In his last start, Fedde gave up 3 runs in 5 innings in a loss to the Brewers, showing flashes of command but still struggling to consistently finish off hitters in key situations. The early line makes this matchup look like a coin toss, with both teams listed at -110, but the numbers suggest there's still an edge to be found. The Marlins enter with the better overall form, the more reliable starting pitcher, and the motivation of being firmly in the playoff chase. Atlanta, on the other hand, has started to unravel as the season progresses. They certainly have talent on paper, but the production hasn't matched the reputations in their lineup. Friday's 2-hit performance was another glaring reminder of their inconsistency at the plate, and with this being the second game of a doubleheader, there's a strong chance they'll turn to more bench players while resting some of their top bats. That only plays into Miami's hands. Erick Fedde, now with Atlanta after being moved from the Cardinals, has been a liability on the mound all season. His 3-12 record is supported by concerning metrics, including a poor 66-51 strikeout-to-walk ratio, which speaks to control issues and an inability to miss bats when it matters. The Marlins should have multiple opportunities to get on base and push runners across against him, especially if they remain patient and force him into deep counts early. Miami's offensive core has been finding ways to manufacture runs in key spots, and with playoff urgency on their side, they're positioned to capitalize on Atlanta's struggles. Expect the Marlins to stay aggressive, take advantage of Fedde's mistakes, and secure the win on the road. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Miami Marlins ML. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Boston Red Sox versus San Diego Padres. It's a key matchup between 2 wildcard opponents on Saturday, August 9. The Red Sox are in the top spot in the American League wildcard race by over 3 games. The Padres are also in a wildcard spot in the National League too. Both teams have playoff aspirations as the second half of the calendar continues. The Red Sox are starting Walker Buehler, while the Padres turn the ball over to Nick Pivetta. Boston currently sits in second place in the American League East Division. They are at least 3.5 games back of the Blue Jays for the top spot in the division. Boston holds a 3-game lead over the field for a wild card spot in the American League. Entering Friday's game, the Red Sox have won 10 of their last 13 games. On Saturday, Walker Buehler starts for the Red Sox. The right-handed pitcher is 6-6 with a 5.74 ERA in 19 starts this season. His last start saw him throw 4.1 innings as he allowed 3 runs and 9 hits in a 7-3 win over the Astros. The Red Sox are 11-8 when Buehler has featured this year. He has a 7.44 ERA in 9 road starts this year. In 6 starts, Buehler has a 4.85 against the National League. The Red Sox are hitting .254 this season, which ranks 7th best. They are the 4th highest scoring offense in the sport, as they also rank 3rd in hits. Boston has hit the most doubles along with the 9th most home runs. They are hitting .242 when playing on the road. The Red Sox also have a .243 since the All-Star break and .267 against the National League. San Diego is in second place in the National League West Division. They are only a couple of games back of the Dodgers for the divisional lead. They are well above .500 when playing at home this season. The Padres are holding at least a 4-game lead over the field in the National League. Entering Friday, the Padres have won 9 of their last 11 games. Nick Pivetta gets the start for the Padres against the Red Sox on Saturday. The right-handed pitcher is 11-3 with a 2.73 ERA this year. He's made 22 starts with his last outing coming against the Cardinals on August 1. He threw 7 innings and he allowed 1 run and 1 hit in a 4-1 win over the Cardinals. The Padres are 14-8 when Pivetta has started this season. Pivetta has a 1.99 ERA in 12 starts at home this year. Since the All-Star break, Pivetta has made 3 starts and has a 1.86 ERA. The Padres enter this matchup with a team batting average of .251, which places them 11th in Major League Baseball, but their overall run production has been underwhelming as they've scored the 7th fewest runs in the league. San Diego sits 14th in total hits but has also struggled with power, ranking second to last in home runs, a surprising stat for a lineup that features several high-profile hitters. One area where they've excelled is plate discipline, striking out the 3rd fewest times in the majors, which has helped them maintain pressure on opposing pitchers. At Petco Park, their average bumps slightly to 254, and they've been even hotter since the All-Star break, hitting an impressive 277 across 19 games, suggesting the offense may be finding its rhythm. Against American League opponents, however, they've cooled down, posting just a 241 average, indicating some matchup inconsistencies. This combination of disciplined at-bats, recent surge in contact, and limited power makes the Padres a fascinating team for bettors, as their results often hinge on timely hitting rather than home run outbursts. The key to this matchup hinges squarely on the performance of Nick Pivetta, who has been nothing short of dominant since the All-Star break, posting a stellar 1.86 ERA while consistently limiting hard contact. He's been even better in front of the home crowd, with a 1.99 ERA at home this season, showing excellent command and an ability to pitch deep into games. With Pivetta in this type of form, the Padres won't need a huge offensive outburst. Just a handful of timely runs could be enough to tilt the outcome in their favor. Fortunately for San Diego, their bats have been up to the task lately, hitting 277 in the second half and showing better situational hitting against both lefties and righties. They'll get a favorable matchup against Boston's Walker Buehler, who has struggled against National League lineups with a 4.85 ERA and an inflated 7.44 ERA on the road. His command wavers away from Fenway, and he's been more prone to big innings in unfamiliar ballparks. That gives San Diego a chance to build rallies and capitalize on hitter-friendly counts. Boston's road offense has been average, batting .242 and leaning too much on solo homers over sustained rallies. If Pivetta stays hot and San Diego's offense clicks, the Padres have the tools to control this game from start to finish. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is San Diego Padres -1.5. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box.